You are listening to the Gritty Podcast, where we talk about all things gritty. Welcome to the Gritty Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Call. I got Brad Hunt here with me today, and we're going to talk about 10 gear items for spring, for our spring hunts, which is bear and the occasional wolf.
The occasional wolf hunt. It's
right.
Always a wolf hunt.
These are items that we kind of feel like are absolutely kind of the necessary for spring.
Yep.
10 quick items. I'm sure you've heard them before. Here's a little refresher, though. What we think is really a spring must-have for a mountain adventure bear hunt situation. The all-in Digiscope.
Yes. That
one's on the list, as nowadays being able to capture that animal with your all-in adapter, which is just a magnetic adapter that goes
phone case,
look, pops right onto your phone, pops right onto your spotter.
Two reasons. Like, one, spring bears, they can be moving pretty fast. So just being able to pull the phone out, throw it on the spotter or the binos, they have the bino adapter, and you're filming already. Two would be, we use it a lot for sizing up bears.
Yeah.
Judging bears, on is that a big boar? I think it's a shooter bear, whatever.
Yeah, it's a great piece of equipment. If you don't have one, you will not regret getting one.
Yeah. And they got some new tools coming out as well that are, they're game changing.
I think we have a code with them.
We do have a code with Allin.
Use the code Gritty and
saves you 10%.
Okay.
Yep.
It's an awesome, can't recommend enough. Okay.
Yep.
So the all-in Digiscope, Tricer,
absolutely.
Tripod and head. Man, the more we use it, the more we're leaning on it. It weighs nothing compared to anything else that we've tried to use. And the head is nice. They're both super lightweight. Lampers, he just said it in the bear tour we were at. It's probably the piece of equipment that has shaved the most weight. That switch up in gear to Tricer has shaved the most weight on his pack in a couple of years.
And I they've been very innovative too. They got a lot of new products, and they're very streamlined. They're all about weight too, and functionality. So that head has been incredible.
A lot of people raise their hand. They're like, well, how does it handle heavy?
Yep.
It handles it great.
Yeah, those are the two top things that, as I was going over people at the bear tour on gear and stuff like that, we were standing aside on our breaks. The all-in adapter had it attached to the spotting scope, and I had it on a Tricer tripod, and everybody was like, I've seen it, I'm curious about it. And they were like, all right, I'm going to go get one to try for myself.
Yeah.
So great pieces of gear.
The new Peaks sleeping bag.
Yeah.
That's another one. That thing, man, it's so comfortable.
It is.
You can use it to glass out of it. It's so versatile. If you haven't seen it, it's got baffles for your arms that come out the side. Nothing to unzip. You just fish your arms out. It's got a top zip, 3-way zipper.
Yep.
It's got a lot of loft in the bottom.
The foot
keeps your feet warm.
Yeah.
It's waterproof on the bottom, so when your foot is against the wall or sidewall of a tent or a shelter and water's wicking down from condensation, it doesn't wick all up into your foot box and then get your feathers wet and you're cold. It gets compact.
Yeah, when we've talked about it, the kind of that main goal of weight is everybody is around that 2-pound weight mark, and it's right there, 2 pounds 4 ounces for the regular.
Yeah,
and just the features to weight are money.
So the sleeping bag is legit. The other one is a tarp.
Must have in spring.
You got to have a tarp in the spring. It's such a great. I mean, we've said it over and over again. We've used various brands. I think Ryan's running Z-Packs.
He's running a Seek DST.
Does he? But he doesn't have not as Dyneema.
Not as Dyneema, but
the Dyneema one is Z-Packs.
Yeah, correct. But he's no, I do think it's a Seek. I do.
Is it?
I think so. As of right now, yeah. Yep. And then you're running the Z-Pack.
I have an old Z-Pack tarp.
That's Dyneema.
We talked about this.
Minimum 8x10.
Yeah.
Right? Try and go
And
9x10.
Dyneema is so good because you know, it's just so light.
It's light and
It's
it's
half
strong.
the weight of Sil
it's not
usually.
whipping around.
But it does cost more usually.
Yep.
If you're not a cameraman and you're not carrying a lot of extra stuff, some guys are like, so what?
Yes.
It's like 6 ounces heavier.
Yep.
I'm not going to pay the extra for Dyneema. I'm just going to get the Sil.
And
but for us, man, every bit
a
seems
tarp's
to
a must
count.
because you may pull that sucker out 10 times in one day with the rain squalls coming through and whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a must-have.
The Flextail air pump.
I know, it's stupid, but it's not.
Everyone who has one at this point is like,
I'm not leaving it.
Yeah, how do you go through life without it?
I'm not leaving it.
We use that little fan to blow up our air pads. We use that fan to stoke the wood fire. It has a light on it, an LED light, which works great. You hang it from the teepee, has various levels of brightness. It's really nice to have the light.
And it's around that 2.5 ounce mark. Like it's no weight penalty.
It's rechargeable. It's just a handy piece of equipment. It's only $35.
Yep.
Hey, if you like our show and you want to support us, you can do that by shopping at Stealthy Hunter. Great partner of ours. They sell rifle covers, which we use on every single hunt. They sell glassing pads. They sell supplements. They got CBD gummies, other products over there. Check it out. Make sure you use the code GRITTY. And now, back to the show. The boot warmers. It's a spring item. Yeah, at least one of us in the group.
Boot dryers for sure.
Brings a boot dryer made by Graxaw. We've talked about that a lot.
Yep.
Wood stove and a hot tent. In the springtime, we always bring a wood stove and a hot tent.
Yep, absolute must because you don't need so much weather variance between hot, cold, and wet, dry.
You don't need a mega stove because you're not really dealing with cold temps. You're just dealing with wet temps.
Yep, and it can get cold, but you usually don't. Very rarely do you have anything below 20s. It's usually
below
in the 40s.
30, you mean?
No, there's been a few we've had that turned into some like last year. There was a point last year on the one hand we got into this.
I've never
to the sub 20 temps, but it was only one night. Most of them were in the 30s.
No, typically it never. You might get some hail or snow flurries that don't stick.
Yep,
you're hovering right at the 30 degrees.
Yep, for sure.
So we like the Peaks teepee. It's got all the functions.
Yep.
And the design and stuff. We've talked about that before. Another one that people don't think about for the springtime, or just a piece of gear that they often forget about, it's the microspikes.
Yes.
And we have used all the microspikes, I think, made on the market. And there's no company that's come out with a better one than the Catula.
Nope.
So we don't get any kind of kickback or support from Catula and a few of these. We do have links below.
Yep. Takes you there, gives you the opportunity. At least you don't have to search and find. You can see what we use right away.
And there are links below. Some of them will give you a discount. If you go to our description field of our YouTube video, you'll see the links. You'll find a link for Catula. You'll find a link for everything on here that we talked about, the Peaks, teepee, and all that.
Yep.
But some of these, if you just use the code GRITTY, you'll get a discount on this stuff. If you go to the GOHUNT gear shop, they carry a lot of this. Like, we do recommend the GSI Microlight water bottle. There's some fire starter, some products like that that we've done on gear dumps. When you use the code GRITTY at GOHUNT, you save an instant 10%, but you also
it's an easy way to one-stop shop.
You also get points for future purchases too.
Exactly.
So boots.
Yep.
Spring, man, I like a light boot, but very waterproof. And for us, that's the Crispy Laponia. That's been just a great boot for us.
Yep.
You couple that with a microspike because the sole isn't the most aggressive.
Yep. And in addition to that,
sweet setup.
You may have those pretty cold days. So throw a foot warmer in your backpack that you can strap on your sock. Keep your toes warm with those lightweight boots for those days that may be a little cold.
Toe warmer or something.
Yep.
The sheep feet, Orthotics, that's another one. Get those if you haven't already. They're great. They're a solid investment. They take your boot to another level. I'm not joking. I'm not like just trying to sell you something. Sheep feet orthotics. Once you have a pair of custom orthotics for your feet, once you have a pair, you will not regret it. You won't ever not hunt with them. I really do like the single layer foam with the heel stabilizer.
Yep.
That's kind of ideal. I did have the double thick. It's not my favorite.
Too thick, especially because I already had an existing boot. It was too thick.
Foot gets a little hot. It feels a little crowded.
Yep.
I definitely like this for that better. Not tons of padding. So now, okay, we've thrown out 10. We're done, Brad.
We're good.
So, folks, that's it. That's just some ideas. Hopefully, you get something out of that. Leave questions in the comment section of our YouTube videos, and we will try to get back to you there. You can hit us up on social. We may or may not get back to you there. It's not our thing. So, anyway, thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the next episode. Stay gritty.